Hi, this is Mohammed, and in this part of the assignment, I'll be doing for M1, and this is explaining why a project can fail. There's many factors why a project could potentially fail. Um, so if they miss the deadline, then it could class as a failure. Also, everything could be fine. The delivery could be fine. Like it could be delivered in the deadline. Everything will be fine. It will be within budget. Everything is cool. Even the quality is high. But if it does not meet the requirements of the client, then it's pretty much a fail because they wasted time, resources, and money for pretty much nothing because it does not satisfy the client's needs. Also, well, if the project life cycle that has been set by the team is not followed correctly, this could lead to the failure of the project too. Um, if also, teamwork is not done properly, the team is not doing what they're supposed to do, and not everyone is carrying out their role how they were supposed to, this could lead to the failure of the project as well. And also, um, the lack of communication, which is really important, could cause the project to fail due to the team members or whoever is working on the project not getting the right information to carry out the task that they're supposed to, which can cause them to have a lot of problems, and it would let pretty much lead the project to fail. Also, basically, one of the reasons as well why it could fail is bad leadership. If the project manager isn't up to task and up to standards, and how he carries out his work and how he leads the team and guides them to the end goal, this could cause the project to fail miserably because lack of leadership means it kind of it just you're building a project with no pillars, so everything is going to collapse at some point. So it's just there's so many factors on why the project could fail. So in bullet points: lack of teamwork, poor communication, bad leadership, the governance basically is poor, decision making is bad, also the implementation, which means um, how the work is done and how the progress is set is not in the right path. Environmental changes, which is it could be the weather, it could be that, let's say, the space or wherever the project is carried out is not available anymore. It can be many different factors, or even shortage of money. It is everything. Like, there's a lot of reasons why the environment could change and could cause failure. Also, poor requirements. So, pretty much, if the certain requirements or the equipment or the things used within the project is not up to the right standard, or not the things that are meant to be used for that certain project, it could lead it to fail due to the lack of proper requirements or the lack of proper equipment. So, pretty much, this and one of the projects that failed, there's a lot of examples, but one of the simplest examples that every most likely all of us are familiar with is the company Nokia for phones. While the revolution happened with the iPhone and everyone has been moving to smartphones, instead of them changing their basically base or their structure of their phones to fit the new era, they stuck with their the brick simple phones that pretty much was not in demand anymore, and people were looking more at smartphones and the capabilities of it. So pretty much it has led the company to decline in popularity a lot, and ended up just it's not bankrupt yet. They still make phones. It's smartphones now, but it's a bit too late because everyone has lost the trust and the name of Nokia has gone down in dirt. So pretty much, it has caused the company to fail miserably within the last 10 years, since 10 to 15 years since the iPhone has came out. And yeah, pretty much it was just bad bad decision making. Also, one as well of the other examples that we could consider is the example of Netflix and blockbusters. So back when people was starting to use streaming services, or when streaming services were created, Netflix came up with the idea, and at the time Blockbusters was the king of his time, with all the, the films, recorded films, DVDs, uh all sorts of media used for for not for filmmaking, for distributions of films. But when the idea of a streaming service was suggested by Netflix and they wanted to team up with Blockbusters, they rejected the idea, and just um did not take them seriously. And it ended up with Netflix being one of the dominating companies right now in streaming services, and one of the people who started this business. And Blockbuster right now, barely any people know their name. So the most of the people of the old generation still remember Blockbusters, but the new generation don't even know about it, because they have rejected a deal that could have made them millions and could have kept the company running up until today. But at some point now, I think they're bankrupt, and it just was bad leadership at the time. So pretty much, projects could fail in that sense, or even a simple decision could make a project fail. This is why everything has to be carried out well. There has to be, like, the team has to carry out their roles pretty well, and the leadership is pretty important in case of things like this and decisions that has to be made. This is gonna be everything for M1 of this assignment, and I'll see you all in the next one.